Birds loaded the bases with 2 outs. Valdez tried to bloop one into center, but Carson Williams, the shortstop, was there to make the grab. And the Birds left him loaded in the home 9th. Still tied at 1, top of the 10th, as right-hander Dylan Hyde takes over for Trace Bright. Bright was excellent tonight. You can argue that that was his best outing of the season, especially considering that he entered in a tie game and kept it a tie game. Final line on Bright, no runs on 1 hit in 5 innings, 9 strikeouts and 1 walk. He was so good tonight, and he leaves after 70 pitches, 44 strikes. So Hyde takes over, trying to keep this game tied. Cameron James is the placed runner at second. The extra inning rule here in minor league baseball and at the major leagues in the regular season. First pitch is low and away to Blake Robertson, the left-handed hitter. Counts 1-0. Well, the goal in extras is to get that first out with the runner at second staying put. See if Hyde can accomplish that. Short lead for James. Hyde set. 1-0. That one's in for a strike. It's 1-1. The Birds have played 10 extra inning games this season. They are 4-6 in those games. Hyde set once again. 1-1, ground ball to second. It's going to get the runner over, but it's an out. Valdez over to first. So 4-3 put out, and now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away. Birds will have that same opportunity in the bottom of the 10th. They'll start with a runner at second. And the runner that they will start with at second is Luis Valdez. That's exactly the guy they want out there because he made the last out of the 9th. But right now, runner on third with 1 out for Jalen Battles, the second baseman. Birds bring the infield in all the way around to try to cut off the run. Hyde ready. First pitch, strike on the outer half. Hyde's a big strikeout guy, almost 2 strikeouts per inning this season. 42 strikeouts in 23 innings of work. 0-1, fouled back. It's 0-2. Well, now would be a good time to add strikeout number 43. Just 14 walks for Dylan this year. Opponents hitting .256 against him. Last pitched on Sunday, a scoreless inning with 3 punch-outs. Hyde ready. 0-2, right down the chute for a called strike 3. That's a big out number 2 for Dylan Hyde. And now the Birds infielders can move back with 2 down and that runner still at third. 17 strikeouts for the Birds pitching staff tonight after 16 last night. And then in that span, just 2 combined walks. Back to the top of the order for Drew Baker. Runner at third, 2 down. Birds and Rods tied at 1, top of inning number 10. Next pitch from Hyde, right there for a strike, and Dylan coming out of the pen firing. Needed just 6 pitches to get the first 2 outs. But the biggest one of all right here. Short lead at third. 0-1 right there. 5 straight strikes from Dylan Hyde. Can he get number 6? Third pitcher of the night, Branovich, Bright, now Hyde. 0-2, fouled back. He's got the crowd on his side as the Birds look to get through this 10th, holding Bowling Green scoreless. 0-2 pitch coming up. Here it is. Breaking ball, flicked foul. James, the placed runner, still at third. Dances down the line. Hyde set. 0-2. Dribbler to first. Handled by Higgins. He takes it to the bag himself. And the Birds will head back into the dugout with a chance to win it in the bottom of the 10th. No runs, no hits, no errors. Hyde retires all 3 batters he faces in the top of the 10th and keeps the placed runner on base. Still tied at 1 through 9.5. We'll go to the bottom of the 10th, see if the Birds can win it. Keep it locked on MiLB TV, Bally Live, and WAMD Aberdeen. Tied at 1, bottom 10. Dylan Hyde kept the hot rods off the board in the top of the 10th, retired all 3 batters he faced, and kept the place runner on base. So now the place runner for the Birds is speedster Luis Valdez. He made the last out of the 9th. So he's at second as the winning run for Colin Burns, Dylan Beavers, and Ryan Higgins. Right-hander Kyle Witten back out to work here in the bottom of the 10th. Burns not showing bunt, takes a strike. Counts 0-1. Birds looking to walk it off for the 6th time this season. Pickoff play to second, the tag, and Valdez is back. The last walk-off hero for the Ironbirds was Jackson Holiday. Back on June 30th at home against Winston-Salem. 0-1 to Burns. That's a little high, 1-1. It's been an exciting series between these two teams. Birds looking to make it 4 in a row and clinch a series victory. Witten looks out at second. Valdez a short lead. 1-1. Burns grounds one back to the mound. Play to first. Valdez stays put. One 3 on the put out. 1 out for Dylan Beavers. Dylan Beavers has 1 walk-off hit so far this season. June 16th at home against Brooklyn. The Birds won 3-2. Beavers a 2-run single in the bottom of the 9th. Birds trailed 2-1 entering the inning. Beavers came up with 1 out and runners at second and third, and he will not have a chance to walk it off tonight as the Hot Rods intentionally walk him. That's the 3rd time that Beavers has reached safely tonight. And with first base open, I can't blame him. That brings up Ryan Higgins, who entered as a defensive replacement in the top of the 9th. Higgins took over at first base for Creed Willems, so he'll hit for the first time tonight. Big spot, first and second, 1 out. Tie game, fly ball down the right field line, hooking towards the corner. It bangs off the wall. Valdez had to hold up. He's around third, and he's going to score. A walk-off 2-bagger with swagger for Ryan Higgins, and the Birds win their 4th straight. The Birds mob him out around second, and it's a 2-1 win for the Ironbirds. 6 wins in 7 tries on this 9-game homestand as Ryan Higgins gets hugs and high fives from his teammates. He drove that one to deep right. It smacked off the middle of the wall. Baker couldn't get there, and that ricocheted away from him. Valdez, even though he had to hold up, was able to score without a throw. And the Birds put another one in the win column, a 2-1 win on a Friday night in Aberdeen. Well, before we get to the final totals in this one, I'll let you know how the scoring went down, where there wasn't much scoring at all. Drew Baker led off the top of the first with a triple. 2 batters later, Carson Williams brought him home with an RBI groundout. The Birds tied the game in the bottom of the 4th. Dylan Beavers singled to lead off the frame. It was Beavers at third base with 2 down for Isaac De Leon, who blooped a single into center for a game-tying RBI single. The game remained tied 1-1 through 9 innings. Birds kept the Hot Rods off the board in the top of the 10th, and with runners at first and second and 1 out in the bottom of the 10th, Ryan Higgins delivered a walk-off double off of the right field wall. Pitching was excellent tonight for the Birds. Kyle Branovich, 4 innings of 1-run ball with 7 strikeouts and no walks in his 4th rehab start of the season, second with the Ironbirds. Trace Bright, 5 innings. He allowed just 1 hit and no runs with 9 strikeouts and only 1 walk in relief. And then Dylan Hyde pitched a scoreless 10th to close things out for the Birds. Well, the Birds are rolling. They are officially hot. With the win, they improved to a season-best 9 games over 500 at 47-38. And in the second half, they improved to 15-6. On the flip side, the Hot Rods dropped to 43-40. They are now 13-10 in half number 2. 2 runs on 8 hits, no errors for the Ironbirds, 1 run on 6 hits and no errors for the Hot Rods. Dylan Hyde picks up the win. He moves to 2-2. The loss goes to Kyle Witten. He is 0-3. No save. Game was played in 2 hours and 37 minutes in front of 4,554 fans here at Leidos Field at Ripken Stadium. Well, this was a really fun one tonight. They're all fun, but it's even more fun when the Birds win. Looking to make it 5 wins in a row tomorrow with first pitch scheduled for 7:05 p.m. I will be on air at 6:40 for the air show. You can catch me then on MiLB TV and Facebook Live. As always, thank you to everyone who tuned into tonight's game. Thanks for fueling me on the broadcast, and, of course, thanks for flying with me the entire way. 10 exciting innings here tonight in Aberdeen. Birds win it 2-1 over the Hot Rods, and they'll look to put another one in the win column tomorrow night. 6th walk-off win of the season for the Birds. Ryan Higgins, the walk-off hero, in another all-around team effort. Ironbirds 2, Hot Rods 1. Have a great night, everybody. I'll talk to you tomorrow night. Here's the 3-0 to Holiday. Gets one up in the air, deep right field. Veras goes back, and like a runaway southbound train, that ball is going, gone. Fire me up, Jackson Holiday. A walk-off 2-run home run in the bottom of the 9th, and the Birds win their 5th straight. On-base percentage over .360 in May as he rips one down the left field line into the corner. 1 run is in. Here comes a second. Fabian digging for second. It's a 2-run, 2-bagger with swagger for Judd Fabian, and the Birds add 2 more. Runner goes, 0-2, swing and a miss. Throw down from Ardoin right on the money. The tag got him. First pitch to him, hard hit ground ball. Nice stop by De Leon. Throws to second for 1. Burns back to first. In time to Verbitsky covering. Counting tonight's game, he has 7 outings with 7 or more punchies. 1-2, got him. Make it 8 for Trace Bright as he has fanned 5 batters in a row. No balls and 2 strikes. Next pitch from Pham, swing and a miss. Fastball outside corner. Big fist pump from Pham. It's his 11th strikeout of the night. It ties his career high, and he is through 5 no-hit innings. Runners lead off their bases. 2-2, got him. It's hammer time in the Dean, and the tourists can't touch this. 3-2 from Marcano. Wagner blasts one. Deep left field. Forget about it. Fire me up, Max Wagner. Over the visitors' clubhouse. And on 1 swing, the Ironbirds take the lead. That ball was absolutely crushed.